Hello, this is TK and welcome to TK CAD Solutions. Now, in my previous video we discussed about text command in detail, and you may really need to go back and check on that. In this video we'll discuss about dimensions in detail, and if you are a beginner you really need to know how to use these dimensions because they are very important in any engineering drawing. Without dimensions in any engineering drawing, the drawing is meaningless. We cannot communicate anything without dimensions, and therefore it is very necessary to learn on how to use the dimensions. And today I'm going to take you through, and let's start on this dimension tab over here. This tab, dimension tab over here, executes the command, the dimension command that is highlighted over here. All these are types of dimensions that you might really need to use in your drawing, and it is very important to choose the right type of dimension for your drawing. Depending on your drawing, the space and the paper size, you might really need to use each and every one of these dimension types. So this is linear. This tab over here, it creates linear or just vertical and horizontal dimensions, and this over here creates a line dimension. We have this angular tab over here. This is used to measure angles. We have arc length. You can use to measure length of an arc. And then we have the radius and diameter. And then we have ordinates. This one is used to measure distances from a specified point. I'll explain that later. Then we have this jog. This jog command is used to specify radius of a circle or an arc. If your arc is very big and it cannot fit your paper size, you cannot locate the center of the arc in your paper size, you can actually choose a point and then annotate your radius, not from the center but from a certain point called override point. So to use this command, this dimension tab, you really need to check on your dimension, set your dimension, text, your arrowheads, and I'm going to take you through that. Go on annotation tab over here, and then go to dimension style. You can see that it is set to standard, but you can change that. So click on dimension style. We have two styles, annotative and standard, but you can always add your dimension style by clicking this new and then give a name and modify according to your drawing. But let's use this standard type of dimension, and we need to modify because maybe the dimension text is not clear, the numbers, the units are not clear, so we need to modify. Go to modify, and then you need to specify over here. Okay, these are the lines, the color, line type, that's not important for now. Let's go to symbols and arrows. You can choose your arrows and symbols over here. You can use closed field arrow. I prefer architectural tick. And then arrow size. Okay, let's go to text. This point is very important. So your text style, let's set to standard. And then text color, you don't need to change that. Text height, you can increase your text height over here. Let's increase to 1 feet. And then text placement, let's place it at the center. And then let's go to fit. this fit over here. Just make sure that at this point your overall scale is 5. That way your dimension text will be visible. And then display either text or arrows, the best that fits. And then when text is not in default position, just place it beside the dimension line. You need to specify those things, but I prefer the defaults of Auto CAD and change it to 5. And then let's go to primary units. Because we chose architectural take, it is very important according to our units to change unit format to architectural. We can choose scientific, decimal, engineering, fractional. I prefer architectural unit format, and our precision is displayed over here. And then that's it. Our tool of measuring angles is decimal degrees. You can choose radians, degrees, minutes, seconds. Let's choose decimal degrees and then click OK and close. So you want to use each of these dimensions over here. So if you want to dimension this hypotenuse over here, let's choose a line. Then click on dimension tab. You can see that our text is very big. So we need to go and change that. Go again to annotation, standard, and then go to modify, and then go to text. Let's put at 6 inches and press OK. Close. Delete this one and repeat again. You can see that the text is still big, but it is smaller compared to the first one. So we need to go back again. Same procedure. Modify. Let's put this at 3 inches and see. You can see that the text is not bad. Yes, 3 inches is good. And then you can use the linear one to measure this. Give the dimension of this. Then let's go to arc length. Just click on arc length over here and then select an arc or polyline. This is the arc that you want to measure its length, and then you can extract the dimension. So this arc is 18 feet, 2 and 1/8 inches. You can also measure the angle, this angular. Let's measure the angle of this angle over here. Select the first line, then the second line, and then that's it. You can see that this angle over here is 90 degrees. Then we have the ordinate type of dimension style over here. Just click on ordinate. Then click on Dimension tab. Then you specify the base point where the dimensions will start from. Let's say this lower line over here, and then can specify we can show the distance from this line to the center of this circle over here. This type of the ordinates type is actually used to measure the distance from a certain point. Maybe you want to show the center of these circles. Let's say this is an angle plate, and these circles represent the holes of the bolts. In order to show the distance from the edges when you are detailing, then you need to use this in order to show the distance from this lower edge to the center of each circle, or from this other edge, longer edge, to the center of each circle. And then we have this jogged. As I said earlier, this jogged is used to measure to show the radius of a circle, that its center is not within your paper size. So when the center is not within your paper size, you need to choose a point within your paper size, and make it look like a center of your arc. So for example, this arc, click here, and then we are told to specify center location override. Let's say here. So you can see that you already have the dimensions R, which is radius, but our dimension started over here, and the center of this arc is over here. So this one actually helps you to save your paper size, or save some space in your paper, and make your work neat.